I want to thank everyone for coming in, guys. It is beautiful Wednesday. I thought it was Wednesday yesterday. That's how my week's going. And I have no complaints in the world. Welcome to Wednesday, guys. This is Hump Day, and we have Dan, the pod assassin, with us. Dan, how are you doing today?
Doing well. Just glad to be here. Hope everybody's doing good out there in YouTube land.
You know, one of the fun things, when guys you talk backstage a little bit, and one of the fun things about this year was we got to meet everyone, and we got to meet a bunch of great people, and we all get along great because we're all going through this together, right? It's just basic pepper eating 101. And we've been doing a lot of I think we've been going for 5 or 6 weeks, right? I mean, it's been pretty
Oh yeah,
consistent.
for sure. We've had some hot peppers in the last few weeks, but I've got a few more hot ones. They might be the last ones we produce here uh, in our region, but I've got a handful of these bad boys right now, and we're going to sample them.
Fantastic. Well, guys, it is our privilege to bring you Pepper Mayhem and Peppers with Pepper. Peppers with Pepper is me alone, where the audience gets to choose the peppers I eat. The audience is kind of cranky. They dress funny. They're unruly. When Ness is stirring them up, we have to ban them. Uh, we blindfold them, and certain people in chat walk around in circles like I do. So I really don't want to hear that much flack from you guys today, guys. Anyway, it's always fun to be here, guys. We've got 10 in the house. The Peppers with Pepper program, like I said, is where I do peppers and the audience chooses the ones I eat. Today, guys, by the way, before I go into the second program, this is a 7-pot primo. It's about 1.7 to 1.5 to 2 million something. This is a blood ghost, guys. Look at how beautiful that is. Blood ghost. Right there, the blood ghost is about 850,000. That's below a super hot pepper, guys. The ghost pepper, which was the first super hot, really, guys, that everyone talks about, 1 million Scoville heat units. This right here is the Hallows Eve. Look at that color. Almost looks toxic. Looks radioactive. And
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, it is. It's about 800,000 too. And this one here is the Dragon's Breath.
Ooh.
Dan, what are you going to be thinking of looking at today for peppers?
I've got the last 5 or 6 apocalypse scorpions off the plants we started last February. We're starting to get a little bit cold weather. We've had a late fall. It's starting to cool off, but I've got these, and they're all apocalypse scorpions. And I grew these, and then I noticed the other day I had a giant one on there. I'm like, I'm not pulling this plant up yet.
Yeah.
And I noticed this gnarly boy on there, and I said, I'm going to save the seeds out of that because that's like double the size. So I'm not going to eat this one tonight. I'm going to save it for later and get the seeds out. But I've got just some gnarly, ripe looking apocalypse scorpions, and it's been about 2 weeks since I've eaten one. The last one I've ate was that chocolate primo, and before that was the dragon's breast. So I'm curious to know how these match up to those two.
Well, it's always the later ones in the season that seem to surprise us with a little bit more heat, Dan. So, guys, this program, which is the one we're on today, is Pepper Mayhem, where we have guests on. Sometimes a panel, guys, sometimes one person. Today, it's Dan the Pod Assassin. Last night, it was Pappy the Pod Destroyer. Tomorrow, it is Bruce Pod Slayer Cook. Dr. Death Pepper, they call him. Bruce the Madman. Guys, one of the fun things about all these different types of programs is we get to experiment stuff, right? Dan, not like we sit around and pontificate on this stuff all the time, right? We read up on it, we learn a few things, we talk to each other. And one of the great things that we did this year, I think, on the Pepper Mayhem program was that we got a panel of people together, ate one pepper, and then all of us talked about that pepper and how it was burning us. Isn't it interesting, the difference in heat, the difference in burn area, where it burned in the body, all that? I thought that was fascinating.
Oh yeah, I did too, because it's just, and it depends on day to day. Pepper can affect an individual differently according to how they've prepped or just what their body's doing that day. So it's they never burn the same.
They don't. And guys, one of the absolute must-haves on this channel is that you won't see anyone on this channel trying to outdo the other or lower number. You don't see that. That's we don't bloviate. What we try to do, guys, is give the average person, which I think is every person who does this stuff, a better look at peppers, a more respectable look. There's a lot of great people that do peppers out there, guys, and unfortunately have left because it's so toxic. This channel we're holding up to a different level of respect, guys, and for our audience and everything else. Now, on another note, this weekend we've got a weekend edition. It starts at 11:20. Tomorrow's program, by the way, Pepper Mayhem with Bruce Podslayer, cook Dr. Death Pepper himself, will be Thursday at 5:20. We start the program then, Los Angeles time, and then we raid Ohio River history after that. And then weekend edition, we raid Abandoned and Forgotten Wales. We start at 11:20 a.m. on Sunday. And when we go raid Abandoned and Forgotten Wales, it's 8 p.m. in Wales, guys. Isn't that awesome? I think it's an amazing thing that you are that far, 8 hours away in time. I find it awesome. So anyway, we've got to, let me turn on the timers. It should have been on here a long time ago because I'm too busy yapping. Okay, so we've got some really good peppers. Let's recognize the people in the room. You're going to recognize brother number one, Sampy. Welcome on in. There you go, Sampy, number one. John P. Adventures from Portugal. Welcome on in, buddy. Good seeing you. Thanks for coming on in. We got Nez, the queen of trouble, the mistress of mayhem, and the matriarch of Malone. Whoops, my thing just fell off.
What's up, Nez? What's up, Mike Sampson? Good to see y'all.
Yeah. So we've got Nez causing a bunch of problems, in other words.
Yep, always.
That's even her fault. Anyway, guys, one of the cool things about our chat is how much fun it is. Nez, thank you for coming in, guys. It's great to have you. I didn't prep anything tonight, guys. Honestly, I literally walked.
Uh-oh, solar flare. Johnny froze. Let's see what we got here. He'll be back in a minute. Yeah, y'all. I grew a few peppers, man, and this one right here, it's not fully ripe yet. It's probably like 80%. I'm not gonna eat it tonight. I'm gonna leave leave it and let it ripen a little bit more and save the seeds. But tonight I'm gonna take down a couple of these bad boys. Whew. But yeah, the longer you keep them out, like even if you pick them, they'll keep ripening. You know, they're not like a watermelon or something. They're like most any other fruit. They'll start ripening on up and getting even more gnarly. I don't know if that affects the heat, but it definitely makes them more of a brighter color, a louder color. So yeah, man, we've had some amazing peppers this year. But what's wild is it's like first or almost middle of November, and we've still had plants blooming. Like Alabama, it's usually hitting frost temps, but we're gonna get a little cooler weather next week, or actually this weekend. But it's been like I've had marigolds and stuff blooming the last couple of weeks here, and that's rare. But yeah, I don't know what happened to old Johnny boy. He'll be back here in a minute.
Guys, there's my
there he is. Hey,
my VPN is absolutely flipping out today.
Oh, you're good, man. Solar flare, probably.
Yeah, so what it's really bizarre. Every once in a while, and I was talking with someone else about this. Sorry for the bad angle here, guys. I'm trying to.
Oh, you're good, buddy.
But the VPNs and all the electronics, sometimes they reset, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can just either deal with it or whatever. Anyway, so we're back, guys. Sorry about that.
You're good, man.
We got Nez, we got Helvegan. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate that. And let me see what else here. We got Mike's Fishing Home. Welcome on in. Thank you, Mike, for being here. Face the Ace. Johnny has left the state of California. Bottle Caps, if you would be so lucky as to have me leave the state of California, because I'm going to come up and drive up there and irritate the living crap out of you is what I'm going to do. Anyway, so one of the things, guys, it's really weird. Curbside Classics in the UK, welcome on in. Thank you also, guys. We're back. I apologize for the, apologize for the little disconnect here. We'll get everyone all back, guys, as good as possible. But, today, guys, we've got some really good peppers. Today, Dan has Apocalypse Scorpions.
Yes,
Dan,
sir.
tell everyone about the Apocalypse Scorpion from your experience so far.
This is a second year growing these, and they show out. The yields weren't as extravagant as the first time I grew them, but the peppers seem to be hotter. They've got an amazing taste for a super hot. I'm pretty partial to them. Now the Dragon's Breath probably packs just a little bit more punch, but that's according to the pepper. They're not too far apart, but we've had some good ones this year. And like if you want a good tasting super hot for sauce or whatever, I suggest these.
If you put them in a pot of chili, would you use a whole pepper?
No, I would probably literally just use about, if I cook like a 2-gallon pot of chili, I would probably just put about big as your fingernail, just a small piece in there. Because a whole one, I'm afraid, would just make it so hot you couldn't hardly stand it if you weren't just like craving something hot. It would probably, but who knows? I've heard of people putting a whole one in there and it actually just taking the core out, taking the seeds out, and gives it a good flavor. I'm afraid it would just nuke it. Yeah,
it would nuke it. And Nez, by the way, you are in double secret probation right now. And I want to give you and Bottle Caps a warning that Bottle Caps is now currently on the beach in the middle of Arctic winds, walking in circles, playing his juice harp. I just want to let you know, guys, it is not me, the old bird in the wind here, that's the guy you need to worry about. The chat looks like it's a little bit troubled. Anyway, guys, for whatever it's worth, guys, is hang time is incredible on those, right? I mean, it really is. It's substantial.
Oh yeah, they're very hot. If you go into them not unprepared, they'll knock your socks off, and they do hang with you for in more ways than one.
Here we go again. Yeah, back. Good.
Oh, you're good.
The North Koreans attacked again. Listen, Bottle Caps, I was really kind of worrying about you. Now I'm not sure. Maybe you just tripped over the carpet in your doorway and hit your head. I don't know. So one of the things, guys, that we look for in a pepper is something that's impressive, right? Apocalypse Scorpion has an amazing hang time.
Yeah.
Another pepper here that we have is Dragon's Breath. Another amazing hang time. And I think the Apocalypse Scorpion, the Dragon's Breath here, this is the one that we felt had a better hang time than the Chocolate Primatali, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah,
I would give the hang time of the Dragon's Breath a 90 out of 100. Yeah. A plus rating. Yeah, right there with the Apocalypse Scorpion. Yeah,
exactly. So, guys, what I wanted to do today, I'm going to do a 7-pot primo. It's about 1 to 2 million, 1.5 to 2 million. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to be using up the rest of the peppers on Sunday. I'll do a montage for you, kind of thing. And this pepper, 7-pot primo, I've done these, I think, several times. They're a good pepper. They're not steeped in amazing type of heat, but I'm looking for, myself personally, looking at its taste today and looking at its hang time. I'm really focused on hang time, Dan, because one of the things about a pepper is it's okay if it gets hot, But if it gets hot and goes away quickly, that to me kind of moves it off into the average person's class, average pepper class.
That's true.
Right. So when we discuss this, I'm interested to see how the 7-pot primo hangs with that hang time that we talk about, and so that's what I'm going to be looking at. My opinion is, Dan, I don't know about you. Have you ever had a 7-pot primo?
I'm not sure if I have. I don't think I've had one. I know the one of the peppers was cross between I guess it's the red Primatali
Right.
was a Fatali and that one.
This Indiana Chris, welcome on in, buddy.
So I guess I've had a variation of it, you know.
Yeah, it's 7-pot primo, guys, is when I think hot, 7-pot primos in that category. Mm-hmm. Now, today, guys, I'm evaluating Mr. Tully. Welcome on in. Good seeing you. And Nez, I don't know what you ate this morning. Maybe you ate some. I don't know. Maybe you ate a rabbit or something whole while it was running. But so my point is, guys, the 7-pot primo is one of those peppers that we all do. Now I'm going to measure it for taste today. How does it taste compared to the other peppers we've done? And then how is that hang time, guys? Because that's kind of where I'm staking my ground claim this year. This next year is going to all be hang time. It'll be taste and probably heat level, right? Because you want to get pushed back, don't you, Dan?
Yeah, you want to challenge yourself, and you know, when you start eating a lot of the ghosts and the scorpions, they're terribly hot. But then you think, oh, what is hotter than that? Well, I might want to try that, but you've got to be careful with it. But it's achievable, it's obtainable, but you just have to really know what you're in for.
Yep, exactly right. And guys, we're not heroes. We this is the
no
plant.
We're just experiment, man.
Yep.
Documenting this species.
Yep. And so, I think this the goal of the rest of this year and then going into next year, we'll be doing a whole bunch of different stuff, guys. It's not going to necessarily be this. But my point is that we've had a specific learning curve on the show this year. And that was, first of all, we learned how to burn. Second of all, we learned how to separate the burns and the peppers, right? Because we all felt that some of them were just world-class peppers, just incredible peppers, so much different. It's like you eat a ghost pepper, totally different peppers, totally different world of peppers. And by the way, guys, yesterday when I had the peach reaper, that thing ate me up. I didn't do a lot of prep for it. I didn't have time. But the whole big point was, guys, that it did eat me up. And I was a little bit hotter than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was a full reaper heat, guys. Okay, so Dan, you want to eat our peppers together and talk about them? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to start with I've got 3 of them here. I'm going to eat one for me, one for Bruce, and then one for Dr. Death's and Pappy. So I've got 3 of them here. But okay. I'm gonna eat this one initially and just get a good taste of it.
Good.
I'm gonna just take my time and savor the flavor.
Woo!
That's almost like a peach or a strawberry right there. That's just got a good taste to it.
Very primo-esque.
I can already tell this thing is so fiery, dude. It's been on the vine so long and it's so ripe. It's just like telling you, stay away or you're gonna pay. But I guess we're in for the long haul now, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the bad boy.
I'm getting a bitterness now.
That's the sweetest apocalypse I've ever tasted. Now it's hot, but it's got a sweet flavor.
So you let it ripen a little bit more, it gets a little sweeter?
Yeah, usually in the fall, when the plants aren't as stressed and they're still hanging on, a lot of times you'll have tomatoes and stuff. The last ones will be sweeter for whatever reason. These peppers are too.
How you burning right now?
I'm not burning yet. My tongue's tingling, but I know it's just right around the corner. It's about to nail me. I've learned though the hard way, and I actually got this advice from you. You don't want to just chomp that pepper and swallow it down in two pieces. You want to savor that flavor, chew it up, try to digest it as much as possible before it gets down in the stomach, because it's already going to burn you.
Yep.
But you might as well, give it a little head start. But that's got a good flavor. What about you, brother?
This pepper was it tastes like a chocolate primatelli. It tastes that taste.
Yeah.
Seven pot primo.
That's that primo taste. Yeah.
Yep. At the end of the pepper, it had a little bitterness to it, a sidekick, right? It was the aftertaste. Not all that enjoyable, but as peppers go, guys, right now, what I remember of this pepper is my tongue is at a 2. Top of my tongue is at a 2. The outside of it is a 1, very low. Stomach, starting to feel it a little bit. It's actually increasing. The pepper taste, I'd give it a 5, guys. I don't look at peppers for taste. I look at peppers to do what they're supposed to do, burn. But if the pepper tastes horrible, guys, it to me, it doesn't matter how hot it is or the hang time. I don't want to do it. This pepper is a doable pepper. It's a good pepper to do. How are you doing right now?
The heat's finally starting to kick. My tongue's at a high 2, probably a 3. My eyes are starting to water a little bit, and I can tell the heat's not going away anytime soon. It's starting to intensify, if anything. My tongue's on fire, dude. It literally feels like I put a scorpion in my mouth and let it sting my tongue.
Yep. And indeed,
those are some bad boys.
Yeah, I love those. I love those peppers.
I would say it's not as intense as that dragon's breath the other day, but it's not far off because it's packing a punch.
I think we'd have a hard time separating these apocalypse scorpions that you have. My tongue's at a 3 right now, guys. With the dragon's breath for heat or hard time or hang time. The problem is that I think it's the seasonality of it.
Yeah.
If it's a little bit overripe versus regular, might get a little different taste. Right now, guys, totally comfortable. This pepper is surprising me. Top of my tongue feels like you're taking a red hot steel bar and setting it on it.
Yep. That's what I'm getting too, man. The roof of my mouth and my lips are pretty warm, but my tongue is just in misery right now.
Yep.
My throat's not burning, but yeah, my tongue is just fried, dude. My tongue's at a 3. I'm at a 3 right now, high 3.
Dan is eating an apocalypse scorpion of his own, and Dan, I want to get a few of those seeds too again.
Yes, sir.
And I'm eating a 7-pot primo, guys. One of the notable features of the apocalypse scorpion is the heat level. It's a great burner. The other thing that we all agree with is the hang time. It hangs there forever.
Yeah.
And that's how I measure the world classiest of world class peppers. This pepper right now is increasing in heat still. That's bizarre.
That tells you it's a good pepper. That's a fierce pepper. When just when you think you're getting a little relief, It hits you twice as hard. That's what this is doing. For about 30 seconds, I thought I was fading. No, it's back. My glasses are actually fogging up right now.
Right.
Whew.
I'm really digging this pepper, guys. This pepper has to be on our list next year. 7-pot primo.
That's what the red Primatali is. It's a Fatali and a 7-pot. I'm thinking. So they got that's one of the OG super hots.
Yep.
From that's got legendary status.
Yeah, this is a good pepper. We need to do tongue is still at a 2 or 3. It doesn't make any difference, guys. 2 or 3 is searing heat. Outside of my tongue, I can feel it, but the top of my tongue is burning so hot, Dan. I don't know about you, but I can't feel the outside of my tongue.
Mine was there for a minute. I'm starting to go down a little bit, but now my lips are on fire. So, dude, it's no matter how many you eat, I don't know if you would ever build up enough tolerance for something like this where they don't just destroy you. But it's all about the prep work. If you go into this half cocked, you're gonna pay. You want to eat a bunch of peanut butter and fill your stomach because, man, I don't care how tough you are. When you get them bad cap cramps, you're like rethinking everything. Like I'm never eating one again, But you just gotta set yourself up, and mentally preparing yourself has a lot to do with it. If you don't think it's gonna be that hot, and it nails you, sometimes it'll back in the against the ropes. I did that with that chocolate Primatali.
Benzo, I hope you get it one last harvest in because, by the way, got your hot sauce. I can't wait to try it.
All right. Well, that I had one down. Got one for Pappy right here.
There you go.
I know he's feeling under the weather, so I got one for him. That's got a smoky flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I ate first had more of a sweet flavor. That's got more of a smoky, bitter flavor to it.
Thank you, Adventure America. Welcome on in. Hell Vegan, thank you for being around.
Floral taste. But that first one I ate was probably the sweetest apocalypse scorpion I've ever eaten for whatever reason. Probably because it's just like so late, like you said. But this one, I keep bragging on it, and there's probably been some bigger ones grown, but that's literally like a 2.5-inch pepper. And I mean, as you can see, that's pretty nice size. And I'm gonna keep this and like I said, save the seeds out of it because it was the biggest one I've ever grown. And but like this right here, dude, you can tell it's just like deep red. That's got some heat to it.
Right.
It's just so gnarly, and I'm almost scared to eat it.
But don't eat it then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't. If I don't, it'll probably go to waste.
Well, you can always come out tomorrow night and do it with me and Bruce.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Yeah. So we're out at 5:20 if you can make it. We're going a little bit later tomorrow. Guys, my tongue is still burning. This is the hang time on this is great.
Ooh. What's up, Chris?
2 still.
Are you really, bro? That's pretty fierce.
Yeah.
It's been what, 10 minutes?
Yep. Yeah, it's really good. The taste is very primo-esque. Everyone knows when you have a primo. Is your hang time still pretty good?
Oh yeah, that it was fading away. I kicked that other one in, but like we talk about, sometimes they taste different, but the burn's the same. And sometimes you'll eat one and it'll burn even worse, and sometimes you'll eat one and it'll neutralize it.
Yep.
But right now my tongue is ablaze. Yeah, my glass are fogged up, dude. That always is a good sign.
Yep. Yeah, today was an excellent burn, guys. Really good burn. I'm glad I ate it. Glad I didn't do two of them.
Yeah, I'm not doing another one. I got to work early tomorrow, and I know what is in store if I do that. So I'm not trying to be a hero, but man, whew, the Dragon's Breath, I will say, was a fraction of a little bit hotter than that hottest Apocalypse Scorpion. But the hang time, I would give the edge to the Apocalypse Scorpion.
It's a and you know it'll be fun next year when we do more evaluations of it, because these peppers right now, both of these peppers, they should be. Most other peppers would have already been at a 1.
Yeah,
I'm still at a 2.
that's saying something for you, brother, because you got a pretty high tolerance.
Yeah, I don't really think too much of peppers. It's really hard on a scale of fear. Nothing. There's no fear at all.
No.
I think if I did 5 of these, I'd be in for a ride, man.
All right, right now I'm getting hit twice as hard. I'm at a 4, bro.
Woo!
My tongue's at a 4. Everything else is cool. Tongue's at a solid 4. Yeah, that stings like fire. Whew.
Thank you very much for coming on in. Appreciate it. Yeah,
I don't know if it's just both of them together or that second one was just that damn hot, but it's probably a combination of both.
Well, I'm going to tell you, to me, when you know you're just coming down from a burn and you have another whole pepper on top of it,
Yep.
it's not starting at the bottom of the stairs. It's starting at the top of the stairs and then going up whatever the cumulative or almost at the top. Because your tongue is already sensitized. Your body is.
It's intense, brother, but I kind of wanted a little bit of a rush. I don't want to overdo it, but that first one I handled it pretty well, so I wanted to step it up a little bit. But yeah, that's got me toasty.
Guys, I want to thank everyone for being in here tonight. You have got to be burning super hot.
Yeah, I'm fired up.
Yeah.
My tongue's back down to a 2, but I'm afraid it's going to probably go back up, man. Eyes are watering. I'm at a 3 now, and hopefully it'll go down because my tongue was on fire there for a second.
2 of those peppers. That's a world of hurt right there.
Oh, it is. You don't want to eat too many. The other night I ate those 7, and they were a lot smaller, but I paid for it. I suffered the next morning, bro. My stomach was hurting so bad. So I taught myself after that. I said, don't try to one up yourself or don't try to impress anybody. These things can take you out. So you gotta be sensible about it. If there is such a thing. But how are you feeling, man? What's it still sticking with you? What we got? Lost connection?
Give us a second, guys. It's ratty connection today.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, but that's a normal size Apocalypse. And the one right here, I've got them side by side. That's the giant one. So this one right here is normal size. That's an average size Apocalypse Scorpion. And this is a mega monster. That's a Gigantor, brother.
Here we
I'm
go.
saving the seas out of that.
Right. Perfect. I love it.
But yeah, I'm bragging on that one, man. That's the world record.
When you have 7 peppers of this magnitude, you're going to have cap cramps.
Yeah.
And you're going to have digestive problems the next day, no matter how much you've got to really load your digestive tract. And that way is not so bad. but it's the calf cramps that come get you. You can't stop a calf cramp, I don't think. I think you
No,
can. I think you can lessen them, but I don't think you can stop them.
no. And when you get them, you don't want to be doing anything like at work or driving or doing anything really productive because you're going to be compromised physically and mentally.
It's
And I know
it.
that sounds crazy, but dude, it's like we've all been there. People that say it's super hot, so I don't care who you are. If you take down a bunch of them, you're going to feel that pain.
Yep, yep, yep.
And
Exactly
like I
right.
said, I'm laying off those. I'm saving those for tomorrow.
Awesome, because it's gonna be amazing, guys. It's gonna be
Oh yeah, I'll
amazing.
jump back in tomorrow for sure.
Good, good, good. Love to have you. Guys, we're going to call it a night. Guys, thank you so much for being in here. I want to thank everyone. Michael's Drones, thank you for being in here. Guys, Michael's Drones is a great channel. Check out everyone here in chat. Irigi, thank you very much. Face the Ace, Nez, thank you very much. Indiana Chris, Bugman, thank you very much.
Bugman, what's up,
Yeah,
brother?
yeah,
Bugman.
it's great having you all in here. Adventure America, thank you very much for coming on in, guys. And one final caveat, guys. I was thinking about this. I'm literally have 15 or 20 minutes free a day to do stuff. I cannot make it to everyone's accounts right now. So have some patience with me. Dan, thank you so much for being on today. People
Oh
in
yeah.
chat, thank you for being here. We'll be back tomorrow at 5:20 p.m. Los Angeles time, in which time we will see you then. Have a great night. And Dan, thank you very much.
Thank y'all, man. Y'all be good.
All right, guys.
Peace.